Okay, so this video was inspired by some comments that I had seen of some complaints for like the trillionth time that I've noticed people have had, and they're to a certain degree valid, regarding some ass whippings that have been very consistent in the Boruto story, in particular with Naruto and Sasuke. Aha, you thought I was gonna say Naruto and Sasuke, or Naruto and Sasuke-kun. Boku no namae wa ForneverWorld desu. Dozo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. I'm here all week, motherfuckers.
Say we gon' do what we do, no matter how you move, make your move. That's how it be though.
I know you're looking at that title as well and thinking like, oh shit, is this another video about Naruto and Sasuke's inevitable deaths? Which, yeah, there's still a possibility there, but no, we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole. I think we, for the most part, get it. The next chapter of the Boruto manga is a few days away, and I really wanted to dive into something and kind of break it down a little bit regarding the fact that we, unfortunately, as fans, have to accept one major point regarding the Boruto story, again, in particular regarding Naruto and Sasuke, and that's the fact that they're not the main characters anymore. They're not. It's a shitty situation or whatever, but it's come to my attention, and it's been for a while now, that, hey, it's actually called Boruto Naruto Next Generations, and don't get me wrong, I'm not thrilled about that by any means, but, you know, 4 or 5 years into it, I guess, what it'd be like 4 years now, 3-4 years since the anime started, whatnot, you know, it's Boruto, no matter what. Like, had it been called Naruto Next Generations, things would be different. If it was just called Naruto's Next Generations or Naruto and his son or some shit like that, it would be different, but this is Boruto. And going back to the complaints, right, because one of the big things is that people are upset. In the recent fight of Naruto and Sasuke versus Ishiki Otsutsuki, people are pissed off at, once again, Naruto and Sasuke are getting their asses kicked, not to mention the fact that this is their second fight against this guy, and in the first fight he was a lot weaker because he was using obviously the monk Jigen body, and they got their asses handed to them too, to the point where Sasuke had to make a desperate dive through a freaking portal. Naruto got sealed in a giant pot. It was like a ridiculously bad ass whipping. So coming into the second fight, which, to be honest with you, it was to be expected that they were going to lose if they lost against a weaker form. What makes anybody think that, hey, they have a snowball's chance in hell now? Like, you know what I'm saying? And the reason that I knew that they were going to lose is, once again, going back to the argument that I just had a few seconds ago, the fact that this is called Boruto. Had this been Naruto, we would have been waiting at any given moment, any chapter to come out, that, man, Naruto and Sasuke are gonna get some giant power-ups. It's about to go down really soon. You know, they're gonna have a Sage of Six Paths power-up, something along the lines of that, because they would have been the main characters that are gonna put somebody down, right? Like, you know, you go back to the war against Madara, Obito, anything. Again, it was always that, oh, Naruto's gonna unlock the QB mode and he's gonna master it, or Sasuke's gonna get, or the Sage of Six Paths and all that shit. We would be waiting for that and expecting it, but I knew already that, no, like, just take it back a little bit to the Boruto Naruto Next Generations film. They were kind of used, and metaphorically speaking, as vessels to kind of throw some hands and make a credible fight, because at the end of the day, they are the strongest shinobi in Konoha, and two of the strongest, if not the strongest, in the shinobi world at this particular point. So yeah, use them in order to move the plot along with the action and stuff like that, and make it seem, again, realistic, that if this is a threat on that level, you need that level of, you know, tier of fighters to throw at them. But it was used so that they could move it along to the point of Boruto being able to use the Rasengan and then finishing off Momoshiki, which of course led to him getting karma and all that stuff. But again, they were just kind of used as tools, not to be like the end game of like they're gonna win. And I noticed too, and I don't know if it's because they're trying to cater to a different demographic, a different audience. Boruto manga is in a different magazine than Naruto was. Now it's in V-Jump or whatnot. And I seen a trend that was similar with Dragon Ball Super. I remember in Dragon Ball Super, in the latest arc, Goku and Vegeta got their asses kicked literally by the same villain 3 or 4 different times, and Naruto and Sasuke is heading down that route. It seems as though this is the second time now that they're getting their asses handed to them by the main villain. And once again, I gotta say, like, even though there's a similarity there of like, hey, Goku and Vegeta getting their asses kicked, Naruto and Sasuke, the difference is Goku and Vegeta are still, you know, the heroes, even though we know Vegeta's never gonna get the shine he deserves. Oh god, why? But we all expect that, oh, some given point Goku's gonna unlock blah blah blah, his hair is gonna turn fucking rainbow color, he's gonna get a 6ix9ine on his forehead and go, oh no. But we all at the very least were expecting at some point Goku or Vegeta or both of them are going to eventually be able to take this dude down. Difference is, again, that's Dragon Ball Super. Same thing like Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball. This is Boruto. Had this been like, if you look at it, Boruto is basically the story of, and you might look at things differently if you think about it. It's basically the story of what if Dragon Ball Z truly did what allegedly Toriyama wanted to do, and that's make Gohan the true main character. Just think about it for a second. The beginning of Dragon Ball Z opens up with Goku getting killed. Ring a bell at all? Like, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit more vague on the Boruto side of things, where it's like, I'm gonna send you the way of the seventh, but that's a similar fashion. The difference is, to a certain point, the audience kept on pushing like, yo, Goku, we love Goku, make Goku that guy, so Gohan never got the shine. This one, out the gate, they were like, we don't care if you like Naruto and Sasuke, they're gonna be around, we're gonna use them, you're gonna have some cool fights, but it's about Boruto and this next generation, motherfucker. I mean, if you think about it, even the next generation really don't get all that much shine, and it's called Boruto Naruto Next Generation. Like, it's outside of the anime, which the anime does some filler stuff that sometimes comes across as this ain't too bad or whatever, but majority of the cast of characters that really have gotten development in the manga and gotten any screen time at all from the next gen is Boruto, Sarada, and Mitsuki, and even then, like, it's not all that heavy or whatever. So just imagine if the next gen characters like the Chochos and the Inojin and all of them don't really get screen time in the manga. What makes you think they're gonna do it to the last generation that they only use as marketing ploys and as like, hey, it makes a little more sense if we add them in there, but they're not the main characters. No big power-up is coming, and that's where the sad reality of Naruto and Sasuke's positioning in the Boruto story lies. The fact that they're not really going to get that much stronger. There's no training arc for Naruto and Sasuke anymore. This is not like they're playing now the senseis. They're playing the roles that their predecessors like the Asumas or, you know, even Kakashi to a certain degree. I mean, bringing up Kakashi, where is Kakashi? What is going on here? Kakashi was one of the 4 main characters. He was a part of Team 7, and again, excluding the anime, we're talking about the manga specifically here. He's not nowhere in sight, and that's that one of the creators a couple years back said that Kakashi's gonna have a very pivotal role. He's going to be heavily involved in shit, and we got nada. So if one of the 4 of the original Team 7 isn't really nowhere to be seen, Sakura really hasn't done shit since the like Shin situation. Other members of the next gen don't really get that much attention. Naruto and Sasuke, they ain't getting power-ups, they ain't gonna get that much attention either, and it's sad. And it all always reverts back to, again, the way they positioned this series to begin with, the fact that they wanted to ignore everything that was established. Like, you already have an audience, you have one of the biggest audiences in the world, right? You know, Naruto, one of the biggest anime and manga in the world. Why would you say, that's cool and all, but we're gonna go like this and bring these new characters in, we want some new kids involved? That's stupid. Like, I still to this point say they should have went more down the way Dragon Ball Z did things, where it was like, yeah, Gohan was technically, they were trying to push like, oh, he might be the main character, but we still really knew that at the end of the day Goku was, because time and time again it's like, hey, we're waiting for him to come to Namek, hey, we're waiting for him to beat Cell, even though they did it very well with Cell or whatever. They should have done the same thing, because as it stands right now and for the remainder of the series, it is going to be the case that Naruto and Sasuke are going to continue to get their asses whipped, if not murdered and killed in this very arc, because again, those foreboding words at the beginning of the story constantly haunt us, so who knows what that's going to be. And I promised I wasn't going to go down that route. I said it and I still talked about it. Fuck! Now the chips fall where they may, because at the end of the day, Boruto is going to be the pivotal factor of this final fight, or at the very least this current fight, because there's probably going to be the big time skip coming up soon. So yeah, this is something that we have to accept, and at a certain point I've come to accept it. Again, there's not going to be no more power-ups for Naruto and Sasuke. There's not going to be no more advancement or development. It's going to be whatever happens with Boruto, and hey, Naruto and Sasuke threw some hands to hold off Jigen or Ishiki for the time being. But I'm curious how you guys feel about this, right? Because again, it does piss us off to a certain degree, the fact that we know the characters that we love, the characters that should be kicking ass, right? Like, they're the strongest in the shinobi world. If anything, it would be amazing, like, oh, more advancements, the same way like Goku and Vegeta get more advancement, despite the way that's handled. Again, I'm not trying to say that Dragon Ball Super is better by any stretch of the imagination, but I do gotta commend at the very least that they know the characters that they want to see. Like, imagine us looking at Dragon Ball Super for like fucking Goten and Trunks or some shit, the most underused characters characters that just like, they don't mean squat anymore. Like, it would be devastating. And that's not to say, because at the end of the day, Boruto manga has been absolutely on fire. What I'm saying is, for the people that have their really harsh criticisms, for the people that are really upset that Naruto and Sasuke are constantly getting their fucking faces kicked in, you gotta accept it. It is what it is. I might not like it, you might not like it, but this is Boruto. Yeah. And again, I hope this video doesn't get mistaken as if I'm trashing, because Boruto manga has been excellent for like 2 or 3 years now. But a squid is a squid, a duck is a duck, and Naruto and Sasuke are fucked. Hey, we did a good rhyme. And your overall thoughts and expectations for the Boruto manga moving forward. Again, keep your expectations as a fact of Boruto is going to be the deciding factor in terms of how they take down the villain, but Naruto and Sasuke may have some crazy epic sacrificial moments, or just crazy epic moments in general. There I go again, talking about them dying. Shut up, ForneverWorld, end the video already. So that's for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day, and remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Boing! Have an awesome day. Peace in. And yeah, except that Naruto and Sasuke aren't the main characters anymore. They are going to keep getting their asses kicked, despite how much it may hurt us and how much we want to see some great shit from them. Hopefully I'm wrong. Who knows? Next chapter, Naruto could unlock Sage's 7 paths. Blah, blah, blah. Have an awesome day.
It's nights like this, and times like this, that I can give another hit. But I've got this inside a switch, a natural bliss. But